We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, May 17, The Call for Gospel Order, Part 1. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. 1 Corinthians 14:33. God is not the author of confusion. You never know it from the condition of some of the Sabbatarian Adventist congregations in 1853. The movement had grown rapidly, but it lacked the structures that could bring order to its ranks. Even though they had made some progress in the direction of order, they were still quite vulnerable, a reality evident in Ellen White's report of her and James's fall 1853 Eastern tour. This was, she reported, a laborious and rather discouraging journey. Many had embraced the truth who were unsanctified in heart and life. The elements of strife and rebellion were at work, and it was necessary that a movement should take place to purify the church. Life Sketch, page 150 and 151. With that state of affairs in mind, it is not difficult to see why she and her husband both issued major calls for gospel order in December 1853. James led the assault for better organization in a review series entitled Gospel Order. His December 6 article pointed out that it was a subject of great importance to the early Christian church, and it cannot be of less importance in the last days of peril. If gospel order was of such vast importance that it was necessary for Paul to dwell upon it in his epistles to the churches, it should not be overlooked by the people of God at this day. We think that it has been much neglected and that the attention of the church should be turned to this subject, and vigorous efforts should be put forth to realize, as far as possible, the order of the gospel. It is a lamentable fact that many of our Advent brethren who made a timely escape from the bondage of the different churches, who as a body rejected the Advent doctrine, have since been in a more perfect Babylon than ever before. Gospel order has been too much overlooked by them. Many in their zeal to come out of Babylon partook of a rash, disorderly spirit, and were soon found a perfect Babel of confusion. God has not called any of his people away from the confusion of the churches, designing that they should be without discipline. End quote. Happy mediums are difficult to maintain in a sinful world. Finding a position between oppressive control and uncoordinated freedom is not the least of the difficult balancing acts in church history. But God leads his people not only in doctrine, but also in effective governance. This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.